Late night craving tonight. You don't want to know what your girl is craving tonight. You don't want to know what your girl is craving tonight. You don't want to know what your girl is craving tonight. Oh, night. Late night craving, guys. I want to show you what all your girl is craving tonight. Good night. The girl is craving. My kids were having craving, but they were having craving for something to drink. That's what they were having craving for. Hey, take this off. Hit the road. Turn it off. Turn it off. Tell you already. Don't play with me. Huh, plug it up. I will be tearing up my sheet. So good night to one and all. We went on the way. Go. Come on, go. Go. Pull up yourself. Okay, yeah. I got you. Good night, one and all. What are you guys craving? I'm going to show you what I'm craving tonight. The craving, girl. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys what late night snacks I am craving. You know, I'm not a big fan of snacks like I used to. But you have some times where you feel you have cravings. So I'm not a big fan of cravings, but I do have cravings, if that makes sense. And I'm having a craving tonight, and we're gonna find out what that craving is. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna find out what are the cravings. What kind of craving are we having? You know. So good night to one and all. Good night. Hope everybody is doing good. I'm here trying to put my what they call it, put my back up on. We know what you call get something. Cause all day my eyes be tired too. Cause all day be searching around on the internet, making calls and everything, but I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it. Let's show you my craving. Let's get this thing out of here and show you my late night craving. No, it's not gonna be that. I want to show you guys my late night craving. You know, there's some night you have a late night craving. So my kids were having craving for drinks tonight because we don't have the juice in the house. So they were having late night craving. I'm having late night craving. I don't really have these kind of things, but when I do work and I feel like anytime so hot, so that's one. And then I'm gonna show you the other one I'm having craving for. And technically, I'm not a big fan of that. It used to be something else, but I'm gonna show you the other thing I'm craving. Your girl is craving. Yes, the girl is craving. So let's see. Let's see what that craving was about. Let's see. So you're a three-time Grammy-winning artist. One of those wins was for Best New Artist. Yeah, show you what's the craving. You've also been a judge on The Voice. That's the craving. Anybody like caramel cake? I love the caramel cake here. They make some nice caramel cake. So caramel cake and this. I'm craving tonight. Caramel cake and this. And let me show you what else I picked up and reading today that I'm interested in. Oh, I wake my book up. How comes? Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm wondering, I was blaming myself, but I'm not the one who wet the book up. My sons, I just took them and got them something. Oh, they wet my book up. They wet the book up, guys. It's called A Short History of Progress. Oh my goodness. I started reading the book, so I can't explain the book yet. I just started reading it, you know. So, good book. They with the whole book up usually.
Like most creators, like
They just
they can create all the time, but
I can't blame them. I put the book down in their way. You know what I mean? I can't blame them because I had rest the book on the table. I went out the road and come back, so I can't blame them. So that's my late night craving, guys. We're having late night craving. What are you guys having as late night craving? Anybody like caramel cake? Here you go. These caramel cake here, so
I'm lucky to not have to
I'm eating it with my hand.
Like tell me when I have to, push something out, and so.
You're your own boss.
Yeah. My fans are my boss.
I'm not a big fan of cake either, just so you know.
I've
But
been able to learn, grow,
when you're craving, you're a fan.
as we went along. The fans have been able to grow and journey with me through the highs and the lows.
When you have late night craving, you are a fan.
Tree with Lil Wayne.
The kids was just craving juice, and this is raspberry lemonade.
And speaking of tree, we have a clip of the video. Let's take a look.
So that's late night craving. What are you guys craving? You want to share? Are you guys not craving anything? Just telling me to shut up. So that's what I'm having, late night craving. Yeah. That's what I'm having. So good night. And then when I don't know, just go brush my teeth and get back in the house. Hold the bed. I used to see caramel cake and I said, I'm not a fan, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I used to say I'm not a fan. Just on the caramel really compliment the cake. And then it's so hot, it's melting. Honestly, love, it's a good morning. Oh yeah, good night. How you doing? Congratulations, top one fan. Congratulations. What are you craving tonight? Are you craving anything? Are you just craving sleep? Which one? What are you guys craving? This greedy one is up. And this snacks. Oh, and I was craving this. I finished eating too. He said, go to your bed, okay? Yes, sleep. Oh, you're craving sleep. That's good. So I found this snacks and went to grab the kids the drinks. And I found this one. And this one is good because normally when I buy the others, they come in the milk format. But I find the juice format one. And I'm like, okay, I tried it. It's good. Oh, you're craving sleep, okay? My eyes already sleepy, you see? How is the kids doing? They're doing good. They get bald head. They're bald headed now. So, they're doing good. See, the little one look like he about to be a runner or something. He be sprinting every time he go outside. He just remind me of me when I was a kid, He be sprinting. And I'm like, yes, Lord, I have a runner. Jackson Straight 86, hey, number 2 fan, me and DJ is friends again, I think. Well, congratulations for renewing your friendship. Congratulations with some manners of our respect. It's a bless up to everybody who renewing their friendship. Yes, man. That's the way to go. So the future can be bright. So, yep. But it's craving night tonight. We're craving. What are you guys craving? Somebody probably out there craving fast food. Maybe some chili cheese fries. No. Some salad. Well, salad to me, I don't think it's technically fast food because you eat salad at home and it's healthy. So I don't think salad is really under the craving. Say, bye, brother, my ND Games. And stop by to say hi and good night, my sister. Good night, my brother. How you doing? Blessing and divine guidance to you. Yes, man, we say bless up to you and the family. Thank you so much, my brother. And congratulations, top 2 position. And they still say, why did you cut their hair? Because I'm tired of being irritable. I'm tired of being in the annoying mama. Congratulations, my ND game for the top 2 fans. I'm telling you, these top 2 fans not playing. Top 3 fans. Hey, I'm telling you. You is something else. Well, they're boys. They need to have their hair cut. Cause every time I hear comb, if it's in a ponytail or something, somebody say, "Oh my God, look at those beautiful girls." And in my head, I'm saying, "Can't you see? They're not girls. They always be mistaken for girls. Trust me." So now they hear cut, I see who go mistake them for a girl. Then they need glasses. They need their license suspended. if, if they still mistaken them, yes, they always been mistaken. And honestly, truth about it. When they braid their hair or everything. Even the other day, everywhere I go, I can tell. If I tell you how many people ever call them a boy, very few. Even the other day, where was I? We went to this function down there in Hollywood outside, and somebody said, "Oh no, 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 girls, come back! You can't run in the parking lot." Sometimes it's best to shut your mouth up. TJ hates me. Well, guess what? M Jack Straight 86. At least you're reconciling your difference, so that is good. Johnny, hey Johnny, how you doing? Bless up to one and all. We're here talking about craving night. What are you guys craving? You guys know I'm the greedy one, so I'll be craving something every now and then, but I'm not a big fan of these things. But when I crave something, I just eat it. Maybe my body lacks some sweetness. I don't know. Hope you guys are doing good. Good night to one and all. My eyes feel heavy too. So I'm probably craving sleep, but holding it up. So that's why I cut the boys here, okay? But tonight is craving night. Craving night. So I was saying I wouldn't consider salad craving night because you will eat salad home as well. So that wouldn't be a craving. That would be just food. I mean, that you regularly eat. But something like, it's not really healthy for you, but you're craving it, like ice cream and popsicle with all the heap of sugary rush. Those are what I'm calling craving. Johnny said, "My wife is asleep next to me and I am about to bust." Johnny, might get in trouble, Johnny. You're going to get your head knocked side up your head. Mind again, say good night, my sister. Good night and night, everyone. Yes, mind again, because I know it's late. I know it's late. So blessed night to you. He said, say hello to them for me. I just run them to their bed. They gone to their bed. But I will honestly love. Thank you. Mind again. Blessings, my brother, as always. Blessings. Blessing. And you guys have a wonderful night. So whosoever craves sleep tonight, have a wonderful night. You see my eyes, them look like heavy lead. I say I lost two friends. Lost two friends. When you lose something, you gain many more. You know what I mean? Until you have to shed tears sometimes to gain new, fresh tears. Such is life. You have to lose to gain sometime in life. You can't be afraid to lose. When you're afraid to lose, then you're not going to be able to appreciate gains. Can't be afraid to lose in life. Just don't dwell on it when you lose. You come back, pick yourself up. Pick yourself up and brush off. How many times we fall? They say 7 times we fall, right? 7 times fall, 7 times what? Rise, right? Same way in life. You can't be afraid. You say, you are welcome. I love you. I love you too, M. Jags. Thank you so much. And keep doing the good work I see you doing over there. I don't play game, but I don't sit there and watch. You know what I mean? I don't know nothing about game. I'm guinea pig, but trust me, I sit down and watch. Because I know everybody out here, we all hustling. So I will sit and watch the rigorouse and listen to the music if there's music in there. So you keep up the good work you're doing, okay? You say I feel bad for hacking, but I love doing it. You gotta be careful, baby. Be careful. A lot of things can bite you back up in the butt later. Gotta be careful. Okay? Some love can be turned around like you turn and bite you again. So you gotta be very careful. Johnny, you say so close. Yeah, Johnny. You say so close. Yes, man, you gotta be careful out there. You know what I mean? So if that a craving for you, you gotta be careful. You gotta stop. Because those things, not good. Gotta stop. Then you don't want to be like the dog on the bone. Because sometimes when we see we get good at something and we know it's not good, and we keep doing it, then you see the result. Like me eating this cake. If I should eat cake every single night, what gonna happen to me? You know? So be careful. So what? Nobody have no more craving apart from sleep? And why do I cut my son here? I didn't know that was a craving. Something else. And some raspberry drinks I'm craving right here. After all that stress I go through for the past 2 days with trying to find insurance, I must have craving. I must have craving. You know what I mean? You said, thank you, Johnny. Yes, man, it's bedtime for me, but I'm staying up. No, man, if you have to go get your rest, get your rest. You know what I mean? I understand. We have a button called replay. You can always replay. Anybody want to support your girl, you can always replay. You know what I mean? Get your rest. If you got to go to work, get your rest. Okay? I totally understand. They say I get straight. Easy love. Easy honesty love. But we say manners love and respect to one and all, man. I'm eating up the cake. The caramel and the cake really complement the cake. Without the caramel, this cake would be as flat as ever. It would not be a buy cake. Or you say one of your hot videos, wow. But you just be careful. Or you say with the insurance, so you get it straight. Yes, man. Yes, man. I get it sorted out. I just get it sorted out late. But thank God I get it sorted out. I wasn't giving up, you know what I mean? I was at the edge, but the Lord always saved this girl. Always. But it's craving night, so we get it sorted out, but we get it sorted out very late today. So I had to put everything on. The last one I saw you did was a few minutes ago, M Jack Straight 86. And I was just watching it and listening to the music because I don't understand games. So I'm not going to tell you I understand anything about the game. I just like the decoration, the colorfulness of everything. And so that's all I was looking at, the colors, the patterns, the songs that you put there that was playing are so that's all I was watching. When I go on games, that's all. Creators Corner, say hi Creators Corner, how are you? Bless up yourself, man. Big shout out. You said my favorite song is no. Okay. I don't really know the song that you're talking about, but such is life. You say you're doing good, all right. Bless up, bless up. We're just here saying, what are you guys craving for the night? Because I know I'm craving cake, and you know what time of night is it? By me here, it's late. It's 1:09, so what a way to have craving at night. But I left to just drink a glass of water when I'm done, brush my teeth, and good to go. Wish the sweetness out, okay? You don't want to go to your bed without the sweet in your mouth. Oh, it's 6 a.m. there? Oh, wow. We're about to go to bed. Well, you guys are ahead of us by far. Same time here. We are, oh, you're on. Oh, okay. Mind the games, the Creators Corner. Hello, brother. Honestly, love, you drop down to number 3. Woohoo! Somebody whoop, honestly, love. Mind the game down to second position and Creator Corner just come in and take it to them cake at 1 a.m. Yes! That's why we have the title say, what are you craving? Late night craving. And I think in the description we just say, what are you craving? So if you're craving something, what is that? Some people probably don't want to share what they're craving, so I cannot understand, but it's late night. I'm craving a piece of cake. Say, mind the game, God bless you, man. Yeah, man, bless up Jack Straight. Say, I am hungry. What are you hungry for, Jax? I'm watching a girl get beat up on the line, like seriously. Yeah, I'm craving cake and raspberry lemonade. I'm almost done though. I'm almost done with this piece of cake. These things is not something you eat all the time, but I'm almost done with it. He said people love and hate me for hacking. Anybody would love and hate you for hacking. Nobody would be happy. You think I would be happy for somebody to hack me or hack my account? Hell no. That craving, you'd have to get out your mind quick. Nobody would not be happy when you say, oh, I'm a hacker. I know I would not be happy. You say, amen. Thank you for being such a wonderful online friend. Yes, man. Thank you so much, Creators Corner. You keep doing the good work you're doing. You say, I don't hack people's account. I hack video games. Okay, well, you got to be good thing you be specific. Because when you use the broad word hacking is a broad word. But at least you narrow it down. But still, it hacking is hacking. Just spell hacking. You just have subheadings, but hacking is hacking. Because if you can hack game account, a lot of people will think that, man, I ain't gonna trust you. So you gotta be careful, okay? And that's why sometimes we gotta think about the things that come into our mouth and what we're gonna crave. Let's turn it into craving. The things we're gonna crave are anything we gotta be careful, because then you will give people the wrong impression of you, and then you can ruin your life or your career when you just talk certain things. You gotta be careful. You know what I mean? Oh, you love destroying the games. Okay, well, if it's a good competition you're doing or whatever, just be careful. As long as you're not causing no harm or anything in our way or whatever, you just be careful out there. Understand? Because the way we learn, the way our mind is wired to learn and crave attention, or so we'll do anything to crave attention. Is that me right now doing anything to stay up just to crave piece of cake? So we just have to be careful. And sometimes we get greedy about what we're doing, and we just say, okay, it's paying off, it's doing good. And we don't stop, we just keep going, going, going. Not realizing that there's a point in our head that's going to tell us to stop, and we don't intend to stop. Honestly Love said good morning. Where you going, Honestly Love? You said good morning. Jax said people was bullying me in games. I got weak from it, but I knew no one can stop fear. Jax M. Oh, all you have to do, man, if you're out here and you get being bullied or anything, you just have to take a break to heal from whatever that is. You know what I mean? And come back bigger, better, and stronger. And you see how our mind powerful. You see how your mind powerful is because you were being bullied or so. So you develop this way now of finding a strategy to go in and hack the people in game. Poor people them playing the game and wondering why my game is malfunctioning. Why I can't get in my account. Why I can't get this. Why I can't do this. Only to realize that you over there hacking the people in the account. Jack step straight 86. You gotta be careful, okay? You say bad things to bullies. Well, if you say bad things to bully, you don't think you're gonna be bullied too? Once you say bad things to bullies, you gotta be careful. You can't fight bullying with bully. If you're gonna tell somebody they're bully and you're bullying them back, then both of you are bullies. Or all of us will be bullied. If somebody bully and you're gonna bully them back, you make all of us bully too. It's like throwing words for word at each other. Don't make you different than the other person. You just gotta be careful, you know what I mean? I'm done with the cake. And my book that I'm reading, A Short History of Progress. I went to this place and got me a bunch of books. I keep it in my car. I don't know why I take it out the car today. Oop. You see why my neck fat won't go down? Because all these craving you put up in your neck, there is no way they're going nowhere. These craving, when you put them up in your neck, you get a fat neck. I got a fat neck. I'm not calling nobody neck fat. I'm calling mine. Anybody look at me, see me look like hot cross bun, like something bothering me. That's what I'm talking about, okay? Not talking about nobody else, but this hot cross bun kind of girl lifestyle. I'm talking about me, baby. You understand? I'm talking about me. Ah, all these hot cross bun over here. Oh, you lost a ring. What kind of ring? Is that a real ring? Sorry. I say bad things to bullies because I want to get revenge. Well, let me tell you something, man. The best revenge you can get when somebody is bullying you is be nice with them. They be wondering why you so nice with them. But when you throwing back bullies at them, it's like somebody want to knock you up your head and you just stood right there looking at them. You're just looking, you're not saying no thing, you're not saying nothing. And only if they could read your mind, then they would move. When I just started high school, there was a girl there tried to bully me. And I plant my foot down in the ground and tell her I was so skinny. I was very skinny. And I had this girlfriend. We went to all age school together and everything. And this girl wanna bully me because I went to go visit my friend in her classroom. And I had just going to high school. At this time, you see some big, tall kids. And I was so short and skinny. But I stepped on a cactus. Ooh, you be careful. It's one of those thing there. And I went into her classroom because I'm a very playful person. If you get to know me, I'm a very playful person and very jovial, always laughing around, always giggling somewhere or whatever. So they take that part of me to say I'm foolish. So I went into the classroom and at those time, when you're cool with people, you're cool. Yes, man. Be right back. All right, appreciate you. And this girl ready to bully me out the classroom and talking to me like a piece of garbage. And then get to find out she did everybody like that. I said, well, you're not doing me like that because I'm not the one. I mean, guys, I was like a matic. You see all this fat neck I have, I gotta be proud of it. Because at first I was like a piece of matic, piece of stick. You could break me. And she come in, but she little did she know that this little short 3-pointer girl had the blessing with her. She going on me and I go in on her and tell her I'm the only person you're not gonna mess with in this class, in this room. And she was going on and on and on, and we arguing, and she going on, and everybody in the class, the girls at the time, 'cause all of us not gonna grow the same way, where you just sit and let people walk over you. All of us is not like that, where we just sit and have people just bully us out. Yeah, I will go do what bully say. No, no, no. Yeah, congratulations, you're growing. That's good. Growth is what we want. You know what I mean? And she start going and going, and we exchange some hot word. The next day the kids come to me, all the student that was in the class, and say, "Girl, where you find that strength?" I know right now her name just come to my mind, but I won't call her name. She said, "Where did you get that strength to talk to that girl?" I said, "Because you guys already told me that she's a bully. So once I'm aware that somebody is a bully, okay, I'm preparing for that bully." And I fix her up good from that day till now. Actually, we end up joining the track team together. Fun fact, she was on the track team. We were on the same team house as well. Yes. We were in the same house. Like how they have sports and they have the houses to say if you're in Clark House or you're in Watson or whatever. She was literally in the same house as me. And one day we went to go represent our school. And when we're coming back down my gully side, they stopped the bus around it because we were in the bus arguing. This girl was going on, and I was just going on and on with her. And I'm telling you, they stopped the bus right at one church where they call Duppy Church. That's all they did to break up everything that was going on. Stop the bus right at the Duppy Church. Anybody know when you're coming from Mandeville side, going my gully side, down that side? Ooh, then you will know where that church is. That's a church where they have bury people, and whatever, and it's no longer in use, but they call it Duppy Church. You can Google it on the internet too if you want. Google that church called Duppy Church. It's an old church and stuff like that going my gully side. And they stopped the bus right at the church in the middle. I think we were on our way back about 12 o'clock in the night. And they stopped the bus right there. Let me tell you something. The way everybody started to scream, you forgot that you were arguing with somebody. And from that day till now, me and that bully became good friends. Good friends. You just have to learn to stand up when people bullying you. You know, don't stand up with fear in you or anything. Just like a dog. If a dog come to bite you and they send fear, they're gonna attack you. You know what I mean? But if a bully come to attack you too and they send that you're a coward or something, they're gonna attack you more. You know what I mean? But when they realize that you stand up for yourself in a way, you don't have to be disrespectful like them. You just let them know you ain't the one. One good talk you need, one good strength out of you need. And you stand up and tell that bully, I ain't the one. And that bully automatically realize that, yeah, I meet my match. Every bully meet their match. You gotta remember that. Every single person that bullies somebody, they're gonna mess with somebody else and that person gonna take them down and they no longer become the bully. They're gonna become humble as a lamb. You know what I mean? So yeah. Oh yeah, thank you. You said once I start making money, I can donate you a cut. Oh, that's all right, M Jack Straight. You know, your appreciation is greatly appreciated. You know what I mean? I don't take nobody's time for granted. So whichever way you can support me, I appreciate each and every one. You know, just your present alone is good enough. You know what I mean? Because we understand out here, we have to do what we gotta do. You know. But you know, and like how school gonna open back or something, all you gotta tell your children and your out there, parents out there, families out there that your kids may be struggling with it, is just tell them to stand up. Speak up when something not going right. Yes, you might not used to that because you're not coming from a home where people are being loud and boisterous and all these things. So when your kid go out there and somebody shout out for them, also they might not know how to operate, and that way they will fall to bullying because of the loud voice that these people are gonna come with, and then the raw talk kind of voice where they sound more derogatory and stuff coming at people, and then your kids are not accustomed to these things, you know what I mean? But you have to prepare your kids to say, you just need to find strength in you. You got it inside of you. You know what I mean? And just tell yourself that you're gonna run fear out of you, and all you need to do is just stand up. You pray about it and you say, Lord, if even a while stand up, you're gonna do. Stand up. And you knit things in the body right there and then. I watched a movie once where this little kid, I forgot the name of the movie. But I watched a movie once, yeah, it said, what's the biggest fear? What's your biggest? My biggest fear is animal. Afraid of insect. The look of insects. That's my fear. Human being, I'm not afraid of human being. Because they say when they look at me, say when I'm looking back at them. So I'm not afraid of human being. You know what I mean? I just stay. And you see, for me, when I go out, I pick my battles. I don't go out and no, I can't pick every battle and go out there go pick fight with nobody. I don't do that. I stay in my corner and keep going. You know what I mean? You gotta so you can make peace with yourself. You have to stay within you. You know what I mean? And don't give up. You just gotta tell your kids out there too, as parents back to school coming where you're gonna have kids coming from homes where all they hear is loudness, volume up, like a radio. They going out there and say, hey boy, what you did? Maybe your son take up the toy or like the other day, for example, I was at the park and two little boys came on and they were playing in the park and my two boys were there playing as well. And a guy brought his two twin kids there as well too. But before the twins came, my kids and two other set of kids were playing there. And my son, they were, I don't know if they had the toy or they come and see the thing, the object in the at the playground. And then my son take it up. I didn't see when he take it up, but I saw when the little boy said, Let me have that. That's what the little boy said. And he can't be no more than about 5 or so. And he said, let me have this. And when I turn around and look to see who he was talking to, he was talking to my son. My son had the toy in his pocket and he just go there to my son and tell him, let me have this. And I looked at my son, and my son was so quiet. The big one is more quiet. And I called him right there and then, and I said, "Did you bring the toy to the place?" He said, "No." He said, "My computer is still broken. Oh, hope you get it fixed soon. All right, hope you get that computer fixed soon." So right there and then I called him. I whispered to him, though I didn't know, embarrass him out there. I said, but I'm just gonna talk loud so you hear me. I said, Did you bring that toy that child said give it to me to the park?" He said, "No, mommy." I said, "Why did pocket?" Because I don't know if the child brought it there to the park or they saw it in the ground and had it first. It can be either way, either or, you know what I mean? Because it's a tiny little toy. And he said, "No." I said, "Let me tell you something. If you see anything anywhere you're and a kid playing or so, don't pick it up and put it in your pocket. Even if you're trying to play with it, play with it and put it back. Don't play with it and put it in your pocket because somebody will look at you like a little thief." That's what I whisper to him and tell him. And I say, "Okay, son, so pay attention. If you're playing with something, nothing wrong because everybody is right there, interacting and engaging. But you go put it in your pocket and somebody have to ask for it. That's not a nice feeling. Because now people going to start look at you like, I can't trust this little puss." You know what I mean? And I had to let him know what was happening so he understand. But I whispered to him. I didn't blur it out for everybody else to hear what I was saying to him because you don't want to embarrass the child out there. You know what I mean? First, when I was just much younger with them, I used to pop off at them out with them, but I learned I can't keep doing it. I have to go. Bye. Love you. Thank you so much, Jack Straight 86. Thank you. Have a blessed night. All right. So I had to have a word with him. And that's one of the things I learned as parents. We're not going to know everything our child is going to do out there because it's not a manual that say, you know what? My child is going to lick somebody up the head. My child is going to knock somebody up the head. Is when something happened, then you have to put measures in place. You know what I mean? You don't really know what's ahead of you sometimes. Because sometimes you're raising these kids and they don't touch your stuff at home. Sometimes they do touch stuff, but they touch their own stuff, like their brother stuff also. And we have to start nip these things in the bud from early. You know what I mean? Because we live in a different society, and that's just the honest truth. We're dealing with a lot as a parents, a lot of stuff that we can do to our children. We can't do it no more because of the fear that can be in you if a child go and say, "Hey, my mommy whooped me," or "My papa whooped me," and people think you're abusing the child when it's just scolding the child because they do it over and over. No, you have to tear them up on the little behind, you know what I mean? And then that can put fear in you as a parent because they make you feel sometimes like, am I a parent or am I worried about the law or am I worried about this? So scold your child. Because not all children learn by you talking to them, communicate. Some children you have to demonstrate to them. Some children you have to really show them. Pick them up and show them what is what. Point at the thing, walk them around, do so many things. You know what I mean? And every child learn differently. So talking alone not gonna help. Sometimes you have to pawn the whooping. What they call it, mommy, you gonna get a whooping. So they have to pawn the whooping. So blessed, say hello, hello, so blessed. How are you? Greetings, greetings. You know what I mean? But it's just the fear that build up in parents of all the things that can come back and backfire in their face. And I think that's one of the reasons why so many parents kind of scared really to really scold, their child in the way they should because of fear. You know what I mean? But if you're directing your child, you know, you can redirect your child in different ways without lead to whooping or anything. You know what I mean? Because sometimes even the same people who don't want you whoop your child, you could take your child to them when they misbehave and say, "Hey, I'm at the crossroad with this truck and he don't listen. I don't know what else to do. I buy the world, give it to him. I give him my attention. I give him this. I give him that. Blah blah blah. Blank blank blank. But nothing seemed to work." Sometimes it's not you. Sometimes it's what the child is going through and they're acting it out. And that's one thing you have to learn, especially when you discipline your child Or like what I told you happened at the park, and I talked to him. Can you imagine if I had embarrassed him around his peers? Then he would feel more embarrassed and then start act that out sooner or later. Probably be mean to other kids or anything. Because children do act out some of the things they see around them. Because they're not allowed to talk, depending on how you raise your children or so forth. They do act out certain things, and it's for us as adults and parents to pay attention to when we talk to our children and the way we talk to them. They might feel hurt by what we say, and we have to come back and apologize to them over and over, even though we just redirect them. But sometimes that kind contribute to them start acting out in certain ways. And if your parents not paying attention, you're not gonna realize that they're acting out, but they're literally acting out. It's like crying out aloud, but in ways that is unbearable, not tolerable to no one, or even their own peers or their own siblings. You know what I mean? And one of the things too, if your kids have siblings in the house and you redirect one of the child, and you have a redirect the other one because the other one didn't do anything to get redirect. Few minutes later, let they both be playing and you see what happens. The one that just gets scolding, you know what that one gonna do? Everything the other child does that didn't get scolded, he or she's gonna make sure they mess that one up. Hey, kids know how to retaliate. They do retaliate for early. Just pay attention if you have more than one child in the house. Because if you have one, you and the child. So the child only can be mad at you. But if you have two or more children in the house, let's let's use the word mean, but you never technically mean to the child, but because the child saw how you scold him or her, but you didn't scold the brother or the sister. Oh, poor little sister, poor little brother. They start being mean to them. So that's one way to know how your child would feel after you redirect them with something, or so they will think that, oh, mommy don't love me, daddy don't love me because they only love him or they only love her. But that one behave themselves. That one don't show you anything to for you to adjust that one too. If that one does anything, of course you're gonna redirect them. You know what I mean? But you always have one child that's gonna get out there. Sorry. You're always gonna have one child that's always going out there to test your faith. Always. Either the first one or someone somewhere there. Always. If you have two or more kids, trust me, you will see it. Because even at home, jealousy, you see jealousy within the peers when you have children. And that's why I make it a duty if when I'm buying something, if I can buy for the other one, I don't bother to buy because these kids nowadays, one, they not afraid to tell you, Mom, how comes I don't got that? But Jaden got it. Mom, how comes I don't got that? But Amir got it. And I'm like, all this chorus that they're singing. And then now sometimes you have to be telling them some lies too. And you have to laugh over it because you know it's a lie. And I'm like, oh my God. So as parents, everything, a lot of stuff, if you scold a child or you redirect a child when they misbehave, you're going to see it play out in your house if you have more than one child. You might not see it play out in certain ways, like to say you have to redirect them again, but it does play out. You know what I mean? And sometimes that one run the other one, go away from here, move. Don't touch myself, and they start being mean and dragging stuff away from the other child. Sometimes I have to call my oldest and I said, let me ask you something. What have your brother done to you? I'm the one who talked to you, not him. I call him because I'm home so I can point out when that happened and say, hey, it's not him did anything to you. The school year now, up. You're gonna have new encounters, do everything, but make sure children and let them use their voice. Something that and let them use their voice, because so many incident of bullying that people just children just get frustrated, don't know what to do, take their own lives. The way in my generation, the way we were built, and the older generation as well, coming up from before my generation, the way we were built to tackle anything, this generation are not cut out for that. None of that. They're more sensitive. They more want everything their way. They think they're on a freeway and there's no exit. But I'm telling my kids all the time, there's exit. You exit, you're bound to get in trouble. But if you stay on the straight and narrow part, you're good. So I like to tell them, stay on the freeway. You not literally say stay on the freeway, but that's a prime example to tell them, you going straight or you want to stay on the freeway and stay in your lane, you're good. You know what I mean? But you cross over into people lane and you're messing up somebody, you're in trouble. You know what I mean? So I try to tie when I'm talking to them to everyday life so they can understand. You know, because sometimes even when in the heat of anything that your children gonna put before you, that you have to what do you call it, squell or squash, it's gonna be hard for you sometimes to come up with a method or a strategy or an approach to help them combat what they're going through. So all the best thing you can do is just, if whatever come into your mind, as long as it's appropriate and something that they can relate to as well, they will always remember. Mommy said I must stay on the freeway. You exit, you're bound to get in trouble. J-Lo said, go to bed, girl. I thought you at bed. Hey, you should go to bed. Yeah, you should go to bed. But you know, school coming back, have discussion with your children. You know, and kids that misgive trouble too. I take mine out of school so he understand that I'm not playing. So he don't see no friends around him. Then he realize that for sure mommy not playing. You know what I mean? Because when you're getting all these bad reports and as parents, you're getting bad report. Even if it's just simple things they do, it's a report nowadays. Even if it's just a nail they use to scratch the wall, that can be written up against them. And then when they grow older, later on, especially in this country here, when they grow older and everything happen, or they do something major, that all bring right back up. Their whole career from school days bring back up. Oh, this child was troublesome in school. Oh, this child was this. You know what I mean? So as parents, we have to start have those discussions. You know, I'm gonna put him back into regular school, but I told him when he becomes 7, he will do probably, I don't know if he going, let me see how we play out for this semester, and then I will transition him back out there into regular school, but he have to show me level of improvement. You know what I mean? And that's why I try now. I take him to the park every chance I got. I didn't go anywhere 2 days ago because the insurance was they were charging me too much, so the insurance got cancelled, so I couldn't drive. So I had to get that sorted out today, shop around and everything, and it was still budget friendly, but I had to do what I had to do because that's how it is. He says sorry sis, got to go to sleep. All right, so bless, appreciate. Thank you all for stopping by. Thank you so very much, and for everyone who will have to go to bed, craving, your eyes craving, say go to bed. Yeah, go to bed and have a good night, everyone. You know what I mean? But I had to take him out of school because I keep getting bad report. Oh, he this, he that, but he was a student. He do his work, but I'm saying if he doing his work and he's still getting all these reports, take him out of school. Let he learn the hard way. You know what I mean? If ever for 1 year you have to do what you gotta do, because you have them to deal with straight up till they're 18. They're under your care as parents, you know what I mean? So as parents, we can just sit down and think everything gonna be just like what we want. No, we're responsible until they're 18 to make sure everything go right. And don't be afraid to have an uncle that you know is very stern. That mean when you say, if I call uncle, you know what it is. Don't be afraid to have an auntie, a neighbor that is good at disciplining children. Also, when I mean discipline, they're not putting their hand on your kids because you don't want nobody put their hand on your children. But they are there to help redirect your children. Because sometimes as parents, you have a lot going on. You have so many bills going on that you're focusing on. You're trying to create roof over their head. You're trying to create a safe place for them. You're trying to send them to the best school. You're trying to give them the whole world. You're trying to leave a legacy behind for them and all these things. So sometimes you and them are not in line. You and them are not in line because you're trying to work, work, work. Sometimes you come in, you're tired, you're exhausted. So the time that you came from work and you need that time to spend with your kids, you are asleep. You know what I mean? And this don't have nothing to do with whether you're single or married or anything. It just happen across the board sometimes. That's life. And then sometimes as parents, we go through this turmoil phase of every time your child is getting older, you start to see their different personality just evolving, showing up. And how do you combat all these things? And that's why I say take a village to raise a child. And that's why I tell people, even if I'm on the road and you see me and my two boys, and you see they're doing something that is wrong, as long as you're not gonna hurt them while you see them hurting and you're just redirecting them or anything, you don't have to look at me, stepped in. Cause that's the only way we're gonna help bring back the unity, bring back the village, bring back all of these. But if you sit down there and say, oh, this parents is a bad parents, everything a child do nowadays, they label the parents as being a bad parents. The child don't have a mind of their own nowadays because everything go right back to the parents. You have parents who do the best to their children, and sometimes those children get in trouble too. It's not only the parents who their parents didn't even look at them. Even the parents that give their children the world still get in trouble too. But it's how we gonna combat life is gonna make the difference. Get back with child and track, get the help they need. If they need therapy or if they need to be around peers, associate themselves with other people, or just take them out in nature every chance you get. You know, they have good things now. They have some beautiful parks that you can still go and take your children, and you could sit in your car and watch them from there because you park right here and the park is right there. The swing is right there and you can see everything even if you're tired. You know what I mean? The only difference is if you're bored, you might not fall asleep. If you're bored, you may fall asleep. That's the only difference. You know what I mean? So everything come with its pros and cons. But have discussion and don't put no fear in your children. Just teach them how life is. Every now and then, sometime I use a tone of voice with my son, and I tell my son, Jaden, people are not gonna be out there humble all the time. So when you see I use a tone of voice to you sometime or say something unkind to you, I want you to learn from home that the same way mommy can be mean to you at home every now and then, the world can be worse than mean to you. So you have to be careful. And I don't want to say anything to you. And when you go out there in the world, you say, but mommy never taught me this. Mommy never prepared me for. No, I already give you everything. And that's why it's so important to encourage our children that use different voices with them, tone of voice I'm talking. Sometimes when they, especially when they're being rude or so, you don't really have to go into the point where you have to yell at them all the time. But you know how you have that, what they call it, stern voice? You put that stern voice on to let them understand. You have a lot of people, when they put stern voice onto their children, I promise you, those children get it done when you say, hey, Jaden, how are you today? And put that down. Don't do this. Don't do that. That voice, no kids ain't going to listen to you. Because the kids know you sound just like them. You know? But if you say, put that down now, you tap the voice up a notch, and the kid get you right there and then because you use a tone with the child. You don't have to scream at them or anything. You know what I mean? If I scream at my child, I'm not going to tell you to go scream at your children. You just put on a tone of voice, the tone you're going to use with them. You know what I mean? That's gonna tell them that mommy is serious. But yeah, hey Jaden, what is that? Put that on. Put that away. Put that away. Put that away. They're just looking at you like you're just another tornado. Irritating. On my nerves. But the tone of voice you're gonna use. And then sometime if you can't get through to them, have somebody that like their father. Because fathers are always very stern. Most fathers are very stern. So when the father just turn that deep voice up if they're in the house, or even if they're not in the house, and you could call them on the phone, put them on speaker. And then sometimes you have some kids. Once you call a certain people name that they accustomed to, that they're scared of, Okay, mommy, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. My son, I have this lady, and anytime he's giving trouble, the lady say, "Call me, and I'll talk to him for you." And when I let the lady, nowadays I don't even have to call the lady. I just use the lady name. I said, if I ever call, and then one day he said to me, "Mom, why every time you have to call her?" Because I said, "Cause you don't listen to me when I talk to you." And he started to pay attention. So every time I say I'm gonna call the lady, his face go from being to being a sad boy. And then he said, "Okay, mom, I'm gonna do what you gotta do." Or a lady always told him on the phone, "If you're not listening to your mom, I'm gonna come and get you and you're gonna be down here for the whole week." "Mom, I don't want to go. I don't want to go." So find somebody that is stern enough. If you're not this stern kind of parents, because have a lot of parents, we've been through so much and we just want to give our child the best and everything. But that come with in responsibility, that come with tough love, that come with a whole lot of stuff, family. We have to understand that as parents, it come with tough love, but you know, because the kids are gonna test our faith. So we gonna have to give them the tough love, you know what I mean? Tough love, let they understand. The same way we reward good behavior, we can't reward negative behavior. We have to teach them and let they understand. And then sometimes your kid's gonna do something and it's the first time you're gonna realize that they can do such thing because they never done it in front of you before or anything. And that's another thing you have to be aware of, because when they start go around peers, okay, you learn about peer pressure, you learn about the environment, you learn about the home, you learn about the school, you learn about the communities, and these are factors that can affect a way a child grow up. You understand? The home, the school, the church, the community, the peers, the environment, everywhere that you see your child going to commute to every day, are surrounded by every day. It can affect them both good or bad. And it's for us, the schools, the church, the community, the environment that they're in, and the peers that they're on, to help navigate them back to where they need to be. But everything not gonna be like that. So we can't wait for everything around us to scold our child. We have to start prepare them. You know what I mean? We have to start prepare them. It don't mean that you have to sit on 365 days of the year with the kid. It just means that when you see they do something, get it early. Talk to them early about it. Don't wait. Talk to them about it. Talk to them about it. And if you know you're one of the parents who will go get mad when they do something bad, call somebody so you don't go overboard, so that you can talk to them about something. For me, my volume turn up. And just be honest with your children, let them know mommy gotta work and this is what mommy gotta do, daddy gotta work, this is what daddy gotta do, we have bills to pay, do you want to be outside, do you want to this, because you have to let them know these things, that yes, you might not see that we're struggling because mommy is making sure, our daddy's making sure there's a roof over you guys' head, so they don't know how the roof is over their head because they're not paying bills now. They're not realizing that somebody in the household have to work to pay those bills, so they could be running around freely and they could have freedom to do whatever they want to do. But you also, this is a great time when they do something wrong to teach them about the hard reality of life. Sometimes mommy tired, son. We can't get to really do anything. But when I say pick up your book, that's why I tell you to pick your book up. If you need me, come and sit beside me. Sit down and do what you gotta do. But you tell these kids and they don't want to move. Give them the game and you see what happens. You know what I mean? You lose their mind to the games. But just be honest with your children. That's all I can say. Be honest with your kids and teach them about bullying, Prep them. When you prep your kids ahead of time, like how you coming back to school or so, prep them for everything. I notice a lot of schools now, they taking out the phones out school, or so they can have phones in school. And we have a lot of incident with schools and so forth. Start teach them to learn context clues about a lot of stuff. you know just teach them about life and teach them how to have an open mind, and teach them how to take fear out of them so they can survive. when they see stuff, not to put fear in them, but to fight and pray. And make sure you teach them how to pray. Teach them how to pray. Me, I tell my kids every now and then, I tell them, you gonna pray. And I'm not teaching them how to pray. I just tell them, you gonna pray. And I say, start off with the words you know. And I dare and close my eyes with them and let them pray. And I listen to what they have to say. You should hear them praying. All the big one in the ear say, Father God, I ask of you to help my mom to be a better mom. I ask of you to help me to be a better son. And so forth. You should hear the little ones praying. You know what I mean? So it's just amazing. Just let they start off with words that they know. You just tell them if you say God. And once they say God, and you let them finish with what they finish it with, God will fill their thoughts. You don't have to worry about their thoughts because it's being filled. They praying to God, they will be filled. And then after that, you see, they start praying. God, we're praying to get out this place, or we're praying for a better life. They're praying. You know what I mean? It might not be the first star prayer everybody looking for, where we say the blood of Jesus and this and that, but they're praying. Let them start off. Even if you have to say, Dear God, start them off like that. Dear God, if a bedtime, you say, as I'm about to go to my bed, and then you start to interject some things in sometimes and say, tell God what you want. Ask him about the protection you need. Ask him about if you misbehave today. Pray about it and ask him to change your thought process. Pray about everything. Put it to him so he can redirect you. I tell my son, I say, let me tell you something. You see, when mommy can't give you any love, just remember you're loved because God created you. Because mommy is a human being, mommy have a mind of her own. Sometimes mommy can not in the mood to do anything for you guys. But you know who is always in the mood to do something for you? God. See, let them know that from early so they can pray. And I say, when you're in deep situation, always remember your roots. And their root is going back to prayer. That's their root. Go if they grow up in church, they go back to church. When they falter in life, they know their roots. They go right back to church. You know what I mean? And they can go and ask God for direction, ask God for blessing them, for direction, for covering them, for covering their family, praying for their mom and fathers never to give up off them. Because that's your children. And when we as parents give up off our kids, then we left society to handle them or mishandle them the way they need to be mishandled. Because we give up. So we take our power and give it to society. We take our power and give it to anybody who is going to mishandle our children. You know what I mean? We have to stay prayed up, even from a distance. When your children are hearing you or not listening to you, you have to pull on the prayers. Sometimes the stuff you're gonna hear that your children doing out there, it gonna be shocking sometimes, but you gotta pray about it. You say, God, why me? What is happening? God, I need you. Cover me, cover my family, direct this home, Lord. Remove everything that planted to break us, to destroy us. Teach your little ones them. Can you be surprised he answered those little children prayer? He probably answered them quicker than how he'd answer us. Man, I'm just saying. So in everything. You have bullying coming out in every year and so forth. Teach your children to pray when they see they're in certain danger. You just ask God to change your thought process so they don't be like the kid who coming to attack them, but be the nicer kid to those kids so they can leave them alone. Because sometimes even the children who are going to come and bully you, they are coming from a place where they're not happy. They're coming from a place where no love is given. They're coming from a place where they see too much for their age, that is not ready for age appropriateness. You know what I mean? And they're gonna come with those same mentality that they see around them, that they collect from wherever. You know what I mean? From everything they're seeing, if you understand, wherever, whatever they're seeing within their community, their surrounding, their environment and everything. And they're gonna bring it forth because they're role playing out what they're seeing. Their stress level is sky high. And in order for them to get that out their system, they target other children. What I told you, if you have two or more kids in your house and you scold one of the child, what if you pay attention to your kids, you will see how the other one treat the other one in your household. That means that stress level that just added to that person for getting in trouble or anything. Now they thought make it a duty now to mess with the other kid in the house. So if you see that in your house, you already know what's happening. You know what I mean? And that's why you have to put down your foot. You have to put down your foot so these kids can understand. Because if you don't put your foot down, they're not going to understand. And then sometimes you put your hardest out there sometime and they still go out there do whatever they want to do. Because of peer pressure and the environment and the friend, peer pressure come from the friendship or so that they're going to be around, you know what I mean? But you just got to put your foot down and don't give up, you know what I mean? Because I learned that once you give up off your children, it's hard, it's more likely that society can come in or anything that is out there to tear them down can just come in and run right in and tear down the poor children. You know what I mean? So you gotta be careful, family. Just be careful. Don't give up off of your children. Don't matter what. Don't give up off them. Just pray.
Like from me being their caregiver to husband and kids being mine.
And tell them too, if you can think negative, you can think positive. You know, that's another one. You know what I mean? There's so much to learn because one, all these children that are being born, none of us come here with a manual. We have things that surround us, that guide us along the pathway that we're on to help navigate us and teach us about children, or teach us about the growth and development of a child, teach us about their cognitive levels, the different domains of life, you know what I mean? Their emotion, their social, their socio-economic background and where they come from, you know, and all these things. But some of these things are outdated. Those approach not really working much in these 21st century world we're living in. So some things need to be re-looked at, readjust so that it can fit into the 21st century. Because some things that is outdated is just not happening. And you see a lot of changes coming in schools, a lot of changes coming in everywhere. Because a lot of things being outdated and not working. You're using the same old method, the same old approach from way back when. Half of those things not working. They're not. And that's just the truth. Mark Love say, oh, oh my, you cursing today. How you doing? Oh, you say just drop this one on me, or you're not easy, you know. How you doing? Greetings. You know what I mean? But don't give up family, such as that if it was craving night, but you know, as my lady there was mentioning about being bullied or so I was just, that just came to my thought. I would just drop that in the craving night here, you know, craving night, you know. So greetings, greetings, how you doing? Greetings. But we're not giving up either way, family. Even though, you know what, too, before I go to, it came to my mind like 3 times now to talk about it. And I'm like, why is this coming to my mind? Because I was looking on YouTube and I see a lot of things being coming on YouTube where you have people who are reacting on other people, and some of them are derogatory, some of them are good, and so forth. But I'm saying that I hope people are paying attention to say that this is a new way of showing you that this was the same toxic culture in the workplace. It's just that it's virtually now. It's not different from being in the workplace. You see what I'm saying? It was in the workplace. How many people go to their job and somebody pick on them all the day long? You there. You know what I mean? So when you look at the YouTube world now and you see people being picking on other people or messing with somebody, it's not new. It's just because it's a new way of communicating or the new way of being in a job or the new way of being just you. Even when you're in a 9 to 5 job, same way it happen in there. Sometimes you just get a job and somebody who synchronizing the business for ages or years or 10, 15, 20 years down the line, and you just come in, and even though you say, hey, I got a bachelor's degree, hey, I got a this, but they don't look at it, they know you don't have a lot of experience like them because they've been in the system. In what I mean, the system, they've been in the work culture for so long, so they gain experience themselves. tons of experience. So you graduating from colleges, universities, some trade school, and going out into the workforce, you are also gonna be on the target of those people who've been in the workplace for ages. And even if you're not been in there for ages, but they could be in there maybe 2, 3 weeks earlier than you, and then they can also becomes that kind of culture to you as well. So when you look at YouTube and somebody say, Lord, these people, if you look at it really, you realize that it's what happening in the workplace on a regular daily basis. In the workplace, you always have somebody hating on somebody in real life. In a 9 to 5 job, you have somebody always hating on somebody. You have somebody who can't tolerate somebody because of how you are. You just being yourself. So when you see all these things playing out on YouTube, I said, why is this keep coming to my mind? I don't want to talk about that. You know what I mean? And just now it was just coming back to my mind. I said, say it, say it, say it. Just to let people understand that this is the virtual way of jobs now in a lot of things. Even businesses are putting their business out here and job to make things easier for them, reduce the pressure of hiring multiple people. They probably just have somebody for run their social media platform and everything, and then they can ship things from wherever they are to reduce the workload. But in our actual 9 to 5, a lot of people are faced with the same rot of people. Some people, you go to work and you just don't want to see this one person. When they get a day off, you're happy when they get a day off. You know why? Because you know that they bring toxicness to the workplace. So when you see these things now where you have people just tearing down people on the internet, it is not new. It's not new. It's just moving to the internet. But it's not new. It's happening every day. You have people who go to work, and if they were there, even if they weren't there for 10, 15 years or so, but they're there long enough for the boss to take a liking into them or so, and then you come in with your good self, you come in with your nice self, you come in with your clean self or so, somebody out there gonna hate on you same way. So when you're looking at these people now, just look at it and say that same way the 9 to 5 culture toxic. It's no different, same way. Sometimes you hear employees arguing all the time. Some people just, you know, want to cancel you out the workplace. Same way with YouTube. A lot of people will want to try to cancel you too. You see what I'm saying? So there's nothing that you're going to see on YouTube or any one of these platforms that is new. It's not new because it's happening in our 9 to 5. You know what I mean? So I've been on my mind for so long, and I'm like, why me? Why do I got to get these topics to talk about? You know what I mean? I'm like, why? Yes, I know I'm bold and brave and all these things, but why always giving me these topics to talk about? But you gotta be obedient, because if you know you will deliver, even when I mean deliver, meaning that you will speak up about it or you will talk about it, doesn't mean it don't have nothing to do with the execution. I mean, just deliver, meaning that you're talking about it. You're talking to let other people start to think and look into themselves and say, she have a point. Not to say you're looking anything to say you want to have a point, but somebody can start to pay attention and say, damn, that's true. She got a point. And then if people want to elaborate on that to say this culture that they're looking at on YouTube, and you don't know why people tearing down yours. So just look in the 9 to 5 jobs. It's happening. So there is nothing new about the internet tearing down people, because it's actually happening in our 9 to 5 job. Plenty of jobs out there that people are in there stressed out in the job because of one coworker or one boss, one manager, or anything. You know what I mean? And kudos to who have the good strength and a good backbone to stand up against the wall and everything, but nothing new. You say, oh, we baby do something with that here. Oh, yes, I gotta wash it tomorrow. This here is so thick, Dakota. This here is thick parsley. I gotta do something. Yes, man, I'll do something about it, yeah? Okay? I gotta wash it. You know what I mean? Yes, man. You ghost girl 99 say, ee. Greetings to one and all. Greetings to one and all. I've been chopping up a lot of stuff in here, but I mean, from crazy, what they call it, crazy, what you craving to chat in all kind of stuff. Hey, it's a real chatterbox this. But a reality, don't know people, a reality. You know what I mean? You have to comment about your job or anything. We don't want that. We don't want nobody comment about their job or anything. But I'm just saying, when you think back about it, it's not new. And sometimes you might not face with people tearing you down in a 9 to 5, but you know a coworker or you know somebody who just hate on somebody every day. You go to work, you go see somebody hate on somebody every day. There's no workplace that run with that with just positive. You gonna have some workplace that is just is like it balance. Negative and positive always in there. You know what I mean? Not all workplace. You know what I mean? Cause people get rid of those things as soon as they come. You know, you have some bosses not afraid to stand up and say, hey, we don't want it here. We want a peaceful environment. Not to say the negative didn't come up, but they knit it quick. They address these things so that everybody can get back to their regular job or their regular schedule and do their work and can go home, clock out and go home. You know, like you clock in peacefully, you clock out peacefully. You know what I mean? Because nobody want to clock into a job and then when they clock in, it's just pure headache, pure stress. You know what I mean? So when you look at YouTube and people will say, but why people tearing me down? Why people this? Why people that? It's been around. Think about, ask yourself then why you don't have a 9 to 5. If you're not in a 9 to 5 culture and you're out here, you have to ask yourself the question, why you don't want a 9 to 5? Even with doing apps and stuff like that. If you interview a lot of some of these people who do delivery apps or so, some of them just do it because they want the convenience of being able to take care of their children or bring their children with them. You know what I mean? Because that's a convenient way of doing DoorDash, Grubhub, or whatever, Uber Eats, with your family if you don't have nobody to take care of them for childcare or anything, or if you have somebody to take care of them but you can't afford to pay. You know what I mean? Then you can do that. So that's one aspect of YouTube. They are doing driving apps or so. But then if you ask a lot of people who do some of these things too, why they leave their 9 to 5 or so, they will tell you. You know what I mean? They will tell you it's just the toxicness and the insult, the disrespect, you know, a lot of things that they had to go through. So when you look at YouTube and the platform, social media in a whole, that you see people butting head at each other, are going after each other. The workplace have that too. A 9 to 5 have that too. You know what I mean? But it's how you go about stuff. You can connect in what they call it. You cannot collect everything somebody throws at you because that's how they get you out the place. It's same way with social media. That's how you can be canceled because you can't tolerate all the things that thrown at you, and the pressure comes because you're in a peer pressure world where everything is about pressure, you know. So you have to find ways to strengthen yourself so that you could still stay out here and not have to worry about anything. You know what I mean? Just like in the workplace, some people they call a friend and say, hey, I gotta work with Irene today, and Irene get on my nerves. Irene always talking about somebody, or Irene irritable, Irene trying to get me fired, you know, but Irene still laughing up in your face. So same thing with YouTube. You have a lot of people will still laugh up in your face and still tear you down. You know what I mean? So just bear that in mind that nothing you see on social media is new. Nothing. It's just that social media shed more light to see how to shed more light on a lot of stuff that was going on behind the scene that nobody would talk about back then because they didn't have that platform and they didn't have the privilege of talking about these things because they didn't have the wherewithal then. But because of technology now and how technology is running the place, you get to showcase the side of people who you wouldn't normally see if you were in just a regular everyday thing, not on social media. But when you look at social media now, you look at it and say, oh, so you know if you go some places and you see some of these people who are going after people, you know those are the places you make a U-turn. Because you don't want to tell them your business either. Because if they tear down others, what you think you're not exempt? You see what I'm saying? If they're doing it in a positive way and encouraging people, but you know what I mean, they having solution or something, and they just dragging somebody down, no solution. But if there are solution on these things, you know what I mean? Yeah. But to each his own. That's why he make negative and positive. Somebody come, they gonna talk about you negatively. Somebody else gonna come and talk about you positively. And you're the one gonna be doing that for yourself. Because even us, we are our own critics sometimes. You know, we're our own critics. So don't feel exempt from anything. I don't think that the things that we see on social media is new. They're not new. They're not new. They've been around. Problems been around for ages. We go come, we go run out, we go clock out this world, and the problem still gonna be here. All issues and more issues, new issues, everything gonna be up here. Issue, 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 issue. Eh? Everything gonna be issue. You know what I mean? Everything gonna be problem. But it's how we solve them is gonna make us better. Is what we collect, is what we consume is gonna make us better. Are we trying to be better person, or are we just trying to everybody say something bad about us, we're gonna keep going after them? That's not gonna help us because that's gonna defeat the purpose of us. Because they man you, the people who are tearing you down are trying to defeat you, are trying to have you quit your job, are trying to have you quit YouTube, are trying to have you get fed up, are trying to have you don't give two fly so they can have more content about you. Same thing in the workplace. A lot of people who fight against people to try to them to lose their job, they're in the job, and right now I'm telling you, when they fight against you to lose your job, they left in the job not happy either. Sooner or later, they're about to leave the workplace too. The only time they don't leave the workplace is when they don't have anywhere to go in, because that's all they know. But if they know how to dabble here, dabble there, you best believe they be right there behind you coming out the workplace too. Because sooner or later, they're going to meet their match. They're going to meet somebody who's not playing with them, because that person gonna come in and they gonna learn about all their coworkers, all their employees, and everything. I know that this one is a bully, this one gossipy, this one chat too much, this one I need to run away from, and this one is like roach and bed. But you know they're gonna learn all these things. So don't feel like because you see YouTube and social media, why? There's no why. It's been happening in the workplace. And 9 to 5 been carrying all these toxic things for ages. It's just privilege now for everybody to see it on social media and say, oh, these people are, no, I've been around. Okay, so you just have to be mindful of how you navigate your way, how we navigate our way, how I navigate my way, so that we don't consume too much of the things that are not good for us, but it's good to be aware. It's good to be on your alert. It's good to be aware. Because when you are aware, it's easier for you to navigate your way through these trying times. Because what you're going through when people trying to tear you down. How many of you go home and tell your husband or wife or girlfriend or boyfriend, hey, you know, I think that so and so trying to get me fired. You know what I mean? Because your instinct will never lead you wrong. When things are going wrong in any place, workplace, social media, or so on, if you think it's about you and you see they're dragging you down, or so they tag your name or whatever, and they try to drag you down, it's for you to come back bigger, better, and stronger. Not to fall for those crap, because when you fall for them, you're giving the devil authority over your life. Because that's all he need for you. How many times you're doing a transaction over the phone, and they need that three number digit behind the back of the card? If you don't give that to them, they can't conduct the transaction. You see what I'm saying? So just look at your life and say, all these people that's gonna try to drag somebody down, whether in a 9 to 5 or through virtual social media, if you keep answering them or keep going after them and all these things, you're giving them more strength to do what they gotta do, because that's their true game, is to defeat you. Nothing more in their game but just to defeat you. They want to tear you down to the floor, from the floor up. No, they want to tear you from the head up all the way down. But if you accept what they say and you believe everything and you want to answer everything they say, you going to be in a rebuttal phase. Next thing you start running for this the chief. Eh? Next thing you start running for election on social media. Eh? No, nothing new on social media, people. It's just that the toxic culture, toxic lifestyle of people and how they treat people are coming to the forefront of social media. And that should tell you now, hey, I need to just pay attention. Hey, I need to be alert. Hey, I need to start paying attention. Hey, I need to be aware of my surroundings. That's all that is. Because these things been around. If you grandpa can tell you about when he was working and he worked with this mean boss or a mean co-worker or a mean auntie, a mean cousin, somebody you work with that was mean to you and everything, and ask that person, how did you overcome all these obstacles? They will tell you, sometimes I just laugh, sometimes I just be serious, sometimes I just shut down, be quiet, and just get my day on because all I needed was to just get by. That's it. I didn't need their toxicness in me, so I shut them out. I blocked them out. You know, sometimes you have to put on your blockage glasses or something and block people out because it's out here and it's real. It's not just social media, it's out here and it's real. Even in your own house, you're gonna have two kids, they're gonna butt head in there, and sometimes as parents, I feel biased sometimes when I talk to one because sometimes I feel like as a parent I talk to one more than the other in terms of scolding one more than the other. And that's just the honest truth. Sometimes I feel so bad as a mom to say, why am I always calling this one like this? But this one I'm more lenient with. You see what I'm saying? So if you can do those toxicness in your home, say it's some form of toxicness where you always pick on one child. Everything you do, you're always trying to make sure you gear him or her up. But this one over here with the big head, you just sit down and like, okay, you go over there and sit down, behave yourself. You know what I mean? And then the other one, you're always making sure, sit down, behave, let him go somewhere. You know what I mean? So you gotta, even in the home, everything, the home, the home, the home, the home. But we gotta be honest. That's all that is, you know? Joey K say, hey, Auntie, can you give me any wisdom about a relationship I am in? I don't know what to do about her crazy side. Can you help me? What crazy side she's having? If she not knocking you up your head, you don't have no craziness. She not knocking you up the head, you're good man. You just have to communicate. Communication is very important. You know what I mean? If you didn't sit down and talk about your strength and weakness with somebody, now is the time for you to start sit down and say, baby, this is my strength and this is my weakness. Let's work together so we can achieve and build on my weakness because your weakness could be her strength. You see what I'm saying? So to each one teach one, and that's how we learn in life. Because even when in a relationship, yeah, I probably find a man who is a mason. I probably have a man who is a mechanic. I probably have a woman who can do here. My daughter here need to be done. So at least I know I have all the skills and the trade up in there. Each one help one. A pipe need to fix in the house. I have a plumber. Each one help one. I don't know how to do plumbing, but my man maybe know how to do plumbing. I don't know how to comb here, but my wife maybe know how to comb here, or my girlfriend maybe know how to comb here. You see what I'm saying? So we just have to work together. That's all. You know, they say opposite attract, but we gotta learn to work with each other and communicate. And I think a lot of time we get into relationship and we don't talk about our strength, we don't talk about our weakness, we don't talk about what we don't like and what we like. Sometimes we ask somebody, what do you like? Oh, I like food. Sometimes that's not it. Anybody can cook and give you and still mad at you. It's more to what I don't like. This is more about sometimes you what kind of mood you in. When do you get upset? I want to know what side of you I need to know about. And then pay attention to details because some people love language is very different. A lot of us have different love languages. Some people love languages to take care of you. They will buy you the world, give you anything you want in this world. All you gotta do is just treat them with love, manners, love, and respect, being honest, being you, communicate with them and everything, and they're good. You know what I mean? Yeah, some people love languages just to cook and feed the multitude. Yeah, some people love languages always decorating, always shopping, always buying, always doing something, always talking to you. You know what I mean? You say, "Wow, thanks, Auntie, very helpful." You're so funny. You know what I mean? Communication is the key and being honest. You know, if you're having a bad day, you talk to your partner, hey, honey, I get up this morning, but I'm not feeling well. You know what I mean? You never know what your partner could be doing. you know I a man told me once when I was a young girl, he said, don't assume that every guy you're going to talk to in this world know exactly what you need. The honest truth is they don't know what you need. You have to tell them what you need. You can't just sit there and say, oh, he not buying me the Range Rover and I need a Range Rover. He don't know you need a Range Rover because you didn't ask him. You didn't say, you know what, I would love to have a Range Rover one day, or my dream car is this. You never tell him about your dreams. You tell him about the food you like, so he go get you the food you like. But you never tell him about those big dreams of yours, those big ambitious dreams without money. You didn't say it. But then you're gonna be mad at him or mad at her when she don't buy nothing for you. But they don't know what you like. I know for me, if I'm being around somebody and if I know what you like or what you don't like, I try my best not to do what you don't like. And sometimes if you piss me off and I want to do what you don't like, yes, I do irritate. And that's just the honest truth, and they will pick it up and say, you see, you try to irritate me. But it's about communication and understanding who you're with. I mean, when you don't have no understanding and you don't have no communication going on and you think everything, no, everybody love language is different, you know. Even even some woman love language is being miserable. Being miserable. As some people love language. Being miserable. You'll be like, what? Oh yes. Grab them in the right way, you will know. You will know what they were miserable about. So you sit down there yapping your mouth. You gotta grab them in the right way. You're gonna see that these people were miserable for something. You know what I mean? So you gotta pay attention. You grab them and you're gonna see what they were miserable in about. Yeah. You say, yeah, communication is everything. Yeah, man, communication is a big key. Yeah. Just think of communication like GPS. You want to drive from wherever you are to go to another place, you have to use the GPS. So the GPS have to communicate with you, because if the GPS don't communicate with you, what go happen? And you don't know where you're going, what go happen? Just think about it. Yes, I think that might be her love language, but I think I can fix her. Well, do what you gotta do. Because sometimes a lot of people say, this woman miserable. Probably the woman just say, baby, can't you make me be this, baby? And then you pour, oh, this woman miserable, this woman. Because the woman trying to tell you, or the man trying to tell you. But they don't, that's their love language. That's how they know how to communicate. We just have to learn your partner. Know you study your partner. You know what I mean? Know what that partner like. Like me, if I'm talking to somebody and I know they like chocolate, every now and then, if I go somewhere, I'm gonna see the chocolate on the shelf and leave it. No, I'm gonna go out there, and every now and then I'm surprising that person because I know that person like the chocolate. Or if I know this person like perfume, I'm gonna go every now and then when I go shopping. I make sure it's in my bag, but I'm not gonna come back and say, hey honey, this is no. I'm gonna surprise you when you're comfortable, you're sitting down, maybe watching a movie or something, and I will perp you though, because some people don't like surprises. That's another thing. Some people, when you're in a relationship with them, they do not like surprises. But if you prep them ahead of time that, baby, I'm going out here, I might see something that you like, but I don't know what it is, or I might get you something ahead of time. Don't be mad at me, because you know how I am. I like to give you something or anything. If you're a gift giver, like you like gifts, you like surprises. Not everybody like that. You know what I mean? Some people, you have to break them into understanding that, hey, if I want to shower you or want to bless you, give me the opportunity to do so. I'm your man or I'm your girlfriend, I'm your wife. Give me the opportunity to do so. But some people grow up and they come from a home where none of that was happening because of the lifestyle. People got to work, parents got to take care of bills. So they never surprise their children like that. Maybe on birthdays, but not all year round. You see what I'm saying? So those times just when kids get surprised. Not every kid though, it's just some. So they grow up with that mentality thinking that when somebody want to shower them, they don't used to these things. They don't have custom. You know what I mean? I know what some things that if somebody come around me and try to do that for me, I be standoffish, because I know how I was raised and how I was growing up, not seeing certain things. So I'll be standoffish. You know what I mean? But then I have to understand that, hey, if you thank you for your wisdom. Bless up yourself, Joey K. Bless up yourself, man. But communication is everything. Know your partner love language, and you will see. And think about it, people. Sometimes you don't have to tell me though. But sometimes when your partner be getting miserable on you and everything, probably you need your job. You need to step up and do your job. That's all that is. Step up, do your job, and if you want to spice up your job, you go Buy something nice, surprise, and spice up your job, and then brother miserable, sister miserable, something will stop. Maybe for a few minutes then we shut up. You know what I mean? You just gotta study your partner, study your life, study who you are as a person. You know what I mean? What trigger your partner, what don't trigger them. Tap into the fun side of them. And the persons who don't like surprises, those are the one who kind of hard to deal with too, because they don't like surprises. So sometimes you might surprise them with something and they embarrass the crap out of you. So you gotta figure that out. You know what I mean? But every thought counts. To me, it's the thought that counts when somebody know what you like. If I like corn for say, and you can go out and go buy me some corn, and I will cook it. You don't have to cook it, just go buy. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. You're a really wise streamer. It's refreshing. Oh, thank you, Joey K. Thank you. You know, you've been through so much in life. You have to have a little knowledge of everything. Relationship. I got 2 kids, so I gotta be in some relationship to have those kids. Whether short term, long term, or medium term, something must be. You know what I mean? So our life, you just understand. When I be around, I even be in relationship where the partner go to the doctor. Doctor told him, "Hey, you can't eat salt." I don't eat no salt with you. Doctor say you have high cholesterol level. Okay, me and you in it together. You know what I mean? Yes, man. People they go to the doctor. Doctor say they have diabetes. I say, okay, I'm in it with you. Okay, you eating fruits, I'm eating this. We get certain fruits you can't eat. Whatever, we figure out what we need to do. Communicate. I'll be say, hey, so what kind of fruit can you eat? So and so, blah blah blah. Do that. You know what I mean? And that's all that takes. And you jump in and take care of your partner. Make sure your partner's straight. You know what I mean? You don't have to be about because he bringing in the bills, you're gonna make him straight. Whether he bringing in anything or not, if he there to support you 100% and he cool with you, or he or she cool with you, come on now. We have medium term relationship, short term relationship, long term relationship. Every relationship we're gonna go into, all of them not gonna be long term. And that's just the honest truth. And just know when something not working out again to just walk away peacefully. Bye. I'll see you no more. Sometimes you walk away bitter because of the things they do, the dishonesty. I think that's what get a lot of relationship worked up. Leave without no closure. Sometimes it's best to be honest, so that people can move on and you can have a peaceful life with your new spouse, your new wife, your new girlfriend. But when you lie to somebody and then walk out the relationship, probably having them think that you're dead by the wayside and all these things. They buck you up with a new chick or a new girl, and you're like, so wait, what happened? And you left pondering because you see a new trick. You don't want the new chick know that you were a liar. You don't want the new chick know you're an idiot. You know what I mean? So being honest will make you have a happier life than you just going around manipulating and lying to each other. And then next thing you know, you have a brand new chick. That poor chick think that she's the best in the West. Little did she know she been brainwashed with lies. You know what I mean? So such is life. To each its own. Just communicate, being honest. And then if somebody wanna jump on you because you're being honest up front. The choice is yours. You give them the choice. So if they still wanna run in and get hurt, that's on them. You know what I mean? But you give people the choice. And then if you know that something not gonna work out, don't string nobody along. If you know something not gonna work out with this person, cause sometimes when you just meet somebody at Spirit Tech and you're probably long time you didn't get a refresh or wash off or whatever. So when you just meet somebody, you can have that high spirit tech going on. You know what I mean? That high spirit. And then after everything over and done, then you realize that, well, what am I doing? What? You know what I mean? You start to freak out. What? But all that means you just have to come to a terms and say, hey, baby, things not working out. I don't think we're this. Just being honest. I hope your partner understand too and just move on. So that you don't have to be stalking nobody. You don't have to be running behind this one tail. You get peace. Move on. You know, just don't have nothing bad to say about somebody to everybody you see on the street. You know, just move on. Things in the work out. Bye. Cause you have some friend we press your button. Bloop. Why it didn't work? Bloop. What happened? Tell me all about it. Then we try to drag you out. You know what I mean? But you move on. But family, you see a chatterbox? She need fish it up. A craving night turn out into all kind of stuff, but that is life in our family. It's all about how we do stuff in life, you see. I'm thinking about leaving her because she hit me last week because I cheated in her dream. Oh, you cheated in her dream. Oh my God, are you gonna leave her for that? You should talk about it. Have a discussion with her. If you love her in much or something, go seek therapy with her or something to see what's going on up in her mind. Hope she's not delusional or anything. Go talk about these things, you know what I mean? You have a discussion with her, take her out on a nice date or something so you can talk to her. You know, especially if she's a person who likes surprises or something. Take her out somewhere fancy out of the environment that you're in. You know, environment make changes to a lot of relationships. Yes, man. When you get out of the environment, the toxic environment, move out of the environment and go somewhere else, it make a huge difference. She was about to cook. Cut my member off. She cut your number off. Are you member off? What member? I don't know what to say about that one, but I'm gonna tell you, whatever it is, if you love her and everything, and you care for her and everything, and you just can't do it with it no more, have an open discussion with her when she's at ease. Don't go talk to her when she's upset, because that's the worst thing we like to do. Go talk to people when they're upset. I'm honey, I have something to say to you. No, you gotta make that thing wait, because if you talk to somebody when they're upset, you're about to trigger them more. You know what I mean? So you talk to that person when they calm down. You know what I mean? Maybe a day or two after. Maybe take them somewhere nice. You know what I mean? And just have different environment changes and have a conversation. But you prep them ahead of time, baby. We need to go somewhere so we can clear our head, clear our mind, and so forth, and see. And then from there, you will really see if any changes are gonna make or so. And then from there, you can say what you wanna say or something, and just give her that space where you could listen. There's some people all we need sometimes is just somebody to listen to us. I know I chat a lot. I might need somebody who can chat like me to listen to me. They probably fall asleep. Wake up. Yeah, I hear you. And I'm there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait. That person not listening once. And that will get somebody messed up. Wake up. I'm talking to you and you sleep. But you gotta remember people work too. So, but have a conversation, and be honest with her. Have a conversation. Take her out the environment where you can maybe go to a nice little restaurant, book a one night hotel. You have stay over or whatever, and go sit down, talk, discussion. As long as it's somebody who you can talk to, and she not going to embarrass you out there in public and all these things. You know what I mean? If they go embarrass you in public, then you have to bring the fun home so that you won't be out there in public looking worse than how you would be looking. You know what I mean? So you have to choose your battles and so forth. And don't talk to nobody when they're upset. Give them chances to give them space. You know what I mean? Give people space. You know what I mean? Let them calm down. Talk to somebody when they're upset, because that's the worst thing somebody can ever do. See somebody upset and just going after them. And then expect them to be calm down. Oh, you rude, but you saw that person upset. And then you go to, oh, you rude, all I was trying to do is help you. No, you weren't. You see somebody upset, leave them alone. You could stand there, let them know that, hey, I saw you, I see what you're going through. It was a dream though, and I woke up with her trying to cut my teeth. It was crazy, but she claimed down. She calmed down after a minute. She has some mental issues. You see, she has some mental issues. Wow. So whatever she was going through, but I love her still. Well, that's good. You love her still. So just work on it. You know what I mean? Get her the help she needs and everything. Take her to her therapy if she's not going to therapy. Have a discussion. Say, baby, I love you. I want to see you grow. I want because you're smart, you classy, you sassy, whatever it is you love about her. Tell her the good things you like about her, to help encourage her so that you can get her the help she needs. Because a lot of women when they go down and they kind of fragile or so in a lot of stuff that they go through, you tell them the good stuff that you know about them, not lie about what you don't know about them. Like, they're good, they're smart, they're educated, they're loving, they're kind, they're caring, they're compassion. You share some of these good qualities with them and so forth, so you can help encourage them to say, baby, I want to see you grow. I want to see you continue to shine. I don't want to see you in this light. Let's get you help. And if that lady willing to take your offer up and see that you're a good man or anything, yeah, they will take it on. But you gotta give them time too. Don't just rush them. As soon as you open your mouth, you must rush because they will go right back to their mindset and tell you, I'm not going nowhere. And if you ever piss them off, they go tell you, I'm not going nowhere. You go by yourself. So and it just goes across the board, communication, communication. That's it. So until then, people, until then, everybody, being resilient, walk good, have a blessed night, and thank you all for tuning in. And whatever we're going through, don't give up. All right. And if anything out there, keep fighting. Stay on the surface and stay out of trouble. And until then, be good. Peace out.